It feels like it belongs to someone else.
With Marvel's Phase 4 now hitting its stride after WandaVision, the next installment is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, an action-packed adventure about Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes as they try to fill the hole left by Steve Rogers' retirement. But before that story kicks off, let's take a quick refresher at this duo and how they grew from their introductions to now. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Getting to know Bucky and Sam. Part 1. Captain America, the First Avenger. Back in 1942, a plucky youngster named Steve Rogers joins the Army along with childhood friend Bucky Barnes. Rogers' selflessness and determination made him a great candidate for an experimental super soldier program, which yielded him great strength and a remarkable metabolism. He donned a hokey outfit, joined a fundraising campaign for the war effort, and was known as Captain America. But he proved himself a true soldier on the battlefield, freeing captured soldiers behind enemy lines and meeting up again with his old friend Barnes. However, after a run-in with the enemy, Barnes was ejected from a moving train and presumed dead by his comrades. Rogers was devastated but continued the cause, ultimately defeating Red Skull and submerging himself in the Arctic, where he remained for 70 years until he was thawed out and recruited by Nick Fury to join the Avengers. Part 2. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Sam Wilson was once a military pararescue man, but after his partner Riley passed, Sam retired from the Air Force but stayed in DC to aid recovering veterans. One morning while out for a jog, he meets Steve Rogers, and the two click. Later, Captain America and Black Widow were attacked by Hydra, who had been infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. for years. They sought refuge with Wilson, who joined them and brought along the X-07 Falcon from his Air Force days, the secret weapon of Hydra, the Winter Soldier, a brainwashed and bioengineered former US soldier, Bucky Barnes. With the assistance of Wilson, Rogers managed to take down the S.H.I.E.L.D./Hydra airships and save the world, though Barnes had escaped, on a quest to find his true identity. Rogers prepared to go after Barnes, and Wilson agreed to help him.
When do we start?
Part 3. Avengers: Age of Ultron. The Avengers were hard at work for years, snuffing out the remnants of Hydra, until finally they defeated Baron von Strucker and obtained Loki's scepter. This led to the inadvertent creation of Ultron, an ambitious AI with a dash of sass, but no real sympathy for humans. Wilson, now known as Falcon, wasn't really a player in the conflict with this new foe. But after Ultron's defeat, and the Avengers going their separate ways, Falcon stepped up and became a new core member along with Captain America, Black Widow, Wanda Maximoff, War Machine, and Vision. Part 4. Ant-Man. One day at Avengers HQ, Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, stole a piece of tech, but not after being discovered and confronted by Falcon. The two had a brief squabble, and afterwards, Falcon started doing some investigating on Lang. Part 5. Captain America: Civil War. Falcon found himself as part of the Lagos mission, with a new pet, Red Wing, which ended in... By this time, the Avengers were facing a massive rift not helped by the Sokovia Accords. Captain refused to sign, and Falcon agreed, but this led to him being honorably discharged. Meanwhile, a terrorist attack during the signing of the Accords killed King T'Chaka, the monarch of Wakanda. His son, T'Challa, dons the suit of the Black Panther and searched for the one responsible, which, according to data, was none other than Bucky Barnes. Bucky's reappearance drew Captain America to him in an effort to learn the truth, and together they evaded Black Panther and the agents attempting Barnes' capture. For a bit. They couldn't last for long and were detained. But soon, a mysterious Sokovian named Zemo activated Bucky's brainwashed programming, triggering a jailbreak. Captain and Falcon managed to get Bucky out of there, and together they learned the truth about Barnes. Many years ago, after Barnes' fall, he was rescued by Hydra and was experimented on in an attempt to create super soldiers like Cap, and they were successful. Several other Winter Soldiers exist in sleep, each as deadly as him, if not more so. They agreed to make their way to the facility, but in order to catch their flight, would inevitably have to go through Tony Stark and his steadily growing faction. During this time, Wilson and Barnes agreed they don't very much care for one another.
I hate you.
But they do care for Rogers. The epic showdown at the airport ended with Barnes and Captain escaping on their flight, but Falcon was captured along with fellow compatriots Hawkeye, Wanda, and Ant-Man. Ultimately, the other Winter Soldiers were executed by Zemo. Bucky and Captain fought a distraught Tony Stark, and Black Panther captured Zemo after learning it was him who was behind the bombing. Captain located the prison vessel and busted his team out, while Bucky went through rehabilitation in Wakanda. Part 6: Black Panther. After some fresh air and super medicine, Bucky recovered from his Hydra influence. Part 7: Avengers: Infinity War. The Avengers in hiding came to Vision and Wanda's rescue against the children of Thanos, and Falcon flew in front and center. Later, with the army of Thanos on Wakanda's doorstep, Bucky was recruited by Captain America to prevent the foes from taking the Mind Stone from Vision, and though all fought valiantly, failed in their mission. Thanos did his snap, and both Wilson and Barnes left the material plane. Part 8: Avengers: Endgame. After the Avengers came together and succeeded in their time heist, Thanos time jumped and nearly ended everything once again. But on the edge of defeat, ready for one more round, Steve Rogers heard a single voice from his comm.
On your left.
The voice of Sam. The complete Avengers assembled and overthrew Thanos for good, leaving the final mission, returning the stones, to Rogers. Rogers did complete his mission, but with one personal loophole. He stayed in the past to grow old with his love, Peggy Carter, and while sitting on a picturesque bench, passed his iconic shield to Sam. Now trusted with the symbol of hope and justice, Sam must find a way to fill those shoes, and it looks like he will have help from the other friend of Rogers, Barnes. However, these two don't get along that well, so discovering how this unlikely couple will cope with this responsibility will be the heart and soul of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.